Okay guys, I have been waiting to make this video. At the time of recording, Black Clover Mobile will be shutting down in just a few hours. It actually makes me very sad because I really enjoyed this game. I put a lot of time and money investment into the game, and all I can hope is that like maybe when the Black Clover anime returns, that maybe we get a newer, better game based off of this where they actually, you know, do some things correctly. But for this last video, I am going to be just summoning. Obviously, I don't need anything from these summons because they gave us essentially every character we could ever want for free. So everybody had a chance to play. We did know the shutdown was coming about 2 months ago, right? But now it's officially upon us, and it just hits different when it's literally just a few hours away, right? It hits you in your heart. It hurts a little bit, but that's all right. We do have some good news, right? Like 7 Deadly Sins Origin is going to be coming out here soon. We got the closed beta coming up. So closed beta is available to sign up for right now if you guys haven't done that, and that's something you might be interested in. I highly recommend you guys check that out. We do have Kaiju number 8 coming out at the end of this month as well. We'll be covering that game as it comes out, so I'm very excited for that game. I'm hoping it's a good gacha system. It's definitely one of those games, one of those IPs where if it's not like a really good gacha system, not a really good game, it's probably not going to last very long because like Kaiju number 8's big, but you know, I would say the IP isn't as big as, well, as other like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely not Dragon Ball, right? Which all those gacha games are doing relatively well. So for Kaiju number 8 to do well, it has to be like a really good game. So I'm hoping that's the case, but we will see. But at least some other gacha games to look forward to. And of course, we still got My Hero Ultra Impact on the channel here and Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. A few less videos on those recently because there just hasn't been content for either, realistically. At least on the global side of JJK. JP did get some stuff, but like, meh. So as more stuff comes out for the global side of JJK and more stuff comes out for My Hero, of course I will continue covering those on the channel. Always a good time. Hoping that new stuff comes for My Hero Ultra Impact here soon, like content wise, but I've been saying that for a long time. We'll see. With that said, I'm gonna start summoning here and just keep talking about 929 tickets here to summon. After 5 multis, we will get a guaranteed SSR limited character. Not that it really matters, but let's see what the first one gave us. Should I watch the... Of course, we got Black Oster right off the rip. You obtained a limited mage. The concept of guaranteed summon will no longer apply to you. So, so we got 40 more summons. And we're not guaranteed to get a limited mage anymore. That's actually kind of... Like, where was that luck when I was paying to play the game, man? That's what I wanted. But there is all the general pool characters in here, of course. I don't think I'm actually missing any at this point. Most of these characters I genuinely pulled like before they even gave us characters for free, so it does hurt a little bit. Let me check my mages in the glossary though. 99%. Why am I 99%? Oh, I'm missing this. Okay, so I guess I need this guy, right? That is the one mage I'm missing.
Oh, suppose it can't be helped.
We're missing Kaiser. Okay, I mean, it is what it is, right? Okay, I did turn the game volume down a little bit for the other summons. Did not realize it was that high. Obviously, been a bit since I've done a summon video on this game, and the last one, of course. So we're gonna try to pull Kaiser here. I guess that's the goal, right? Gold door, regular dress. Okay, yeah, of course, nothing. That's fine. This is part of why the game was so rough as well. And all things considered, I wouldn't say the rates were that bad. They're pretty normal for most gacha games. And the fact that they did give you a free like seasonal unit as long as you completed the missions was actually, I would say, very nice. I think part of the problem was when they started retroactively giving you a seasonal unit, like they would give you one of the past ones but not one of the current ones. It probably turned some people off a little bit, but I mean, if they had just started with, you know, retroactively giving us units, then that would have been fine. Nobody would have cared because they wouldn't have known any better. But definitely part of the reason that I think people stopped grinding so much in the game, I would say, because that was a reason to grind the game, right? Getting a free copy of one of the seasonal units was like, okay, I'm going to actually play the game. I'm going to complete all my dailies, stuff like that, because this character's worth it. Then they took that away and they're like, okay, we're going to give you a past character. And a lot of people, especially the whales, the people who want to put time into the game,
magic a spin? We can go
already had those characters maxed out, so there wasn't much point. So I mean, I think that's definitely a part of the reason. There's lots of other reasons this game did not succeed. I think there was a little bit too much focus on PvP at certain points. I think PvE content maybe should have been prioritized a little bit more. Releases of characters could have been scheduled out better. They could have gone definitely a bit slower. They went very quickly through what was available for Black Clover Mobile, or Black Clover in general. Like how they were matching like the release of characters to the story. You don't have to release or match the release of characters to the story, right? We could have literally done any characters at any point. Like My Hero Ultra Impact, for example, is still doing like season 2, season 3 characters every now and then. They're not even caught up. Like we do some of the newer characters and hype moments for My Hero Ultra Impact, but they go back and forth between seasons. They don't just progressively keep going. And Black Clover just kind of progressively kept going and added in Black Divider, right? And then Black Divider really just took the game to a whole like different level. It made it harder. Like these characters that were released, like if you didn't have them, you couldn't compete in PvP, and PvP was half the game. So that was a large point for people. Very much like gacha games are pay to win, but like so pay to win that you feel like you can't even compete or have a chance at rewards. It made it a bit rough. And it wasn't fun because you just had to run the same characters over and over again. That's what a lot of gacha games suffer from that are PvP gacha games, though. Just like there are 2 to 3, maybe 4 characters that are just meta, and if you don't have those characters, well, then you're just SOL, right? So that was a bit of a problem. Should we just expand inventory? Well, do I have the free stuff? I think I do. Yep. We'll just spend 47,000. Heck yes. 47,000 black crystals to expand inventory. Love that. All right, we're still trying for Kaiser. We're going to see if we can get him in here. Complete the mage collection by the end of this video. That is the goal. The final summon video to complete. Get 100% of the mage collection. Would be nice. I definitely don't think I have all the skill pages. I probably need skill pages too, but that might take forever if I was to do that. I do have skill page selectors. Like realistically, I could just go select these things, but it's more fun to summon for these. So that's what we're going to try to do here in the end. I think if I sit through every animation, I'm going to lose my mind. So we've seen the animations. We're going to have to skip through. That's something else the game could have done. As well as add in, I love it, absolutely love it, and I've said this for a long time, when Dokkan switches up the animations for summoning, it's one of my favorite things. I love seeing the different summon animations. I think a lot of people do, right? Summoning is a big part of a gacha game, so you should switch up the summon animations. I have been begging for My Hero Ultra Impact to switch up the summon animations. I think JJK should also switch them up. Granted, JJK hasn't really, like, maybe they will when they get a little bit more into a few more Shibuya characters, who knows. But JJK has, where they've lacked on like doing aesthetic stuff like that for like summons, they have been adding content to the game, which is key, right? They've been doing a really good job adding new content to the game, things for people to actually play and come back to the game for. So I think JJK's got a pretty, like, considering how crappy, like just straight up, it was crappy, a crappy launch JJK had and how many problems it had at the start. For the players that have stuck around, I would say it's definitely gotten better. I would say that the content is there, and I think the game probably has some longevity to it. At least more than Black Clover Mobile did. At least with the way things are going right now, because they are fully focused on PvE. Everybody can play PvE. If you're missing a character in JJK Phantom Parade, it's not like you can't do anything, right? You can still beat Illusory Tower Floors in JJK with like the day 1 characters. It takes a little bit more work, sure, but every character has their usefulness if you want them to, and if you're missing one meta character, it's not the end of the world. Unlike this game, where if you're missing the meta characters, you're pretty much screwed. So that was one of the biggest issues here. Are we gonna get something? Dude, like, I remember when Witch Queen came out, man, she was so good. Like, she was one of those must-have characters. I would love to just get Kaiser and call it a day, right? But do I have? I might have. I should check and see. I'm pretty sure I have the character selection ticket they gave us, right? They gave us the ability to choose any character. I don't know. I didn't really pay that much attention. I can keep summoning, of course, but I'm going to check that really quickly because I just want to know what all they gave us. And if I don't think I have to summon, but I think I'm just doing it. Anyways, okay, 1 gear crafting, blah, blah, blah. It's probably, yeah, be down here. A selection ticket for choosing 1 SSR mage. Is he in here? He is. Wait, no, that's not Kaiser. Where you at? Is he not? Wait, he's actually not? Okay. What about this one? They're obviously different types. Yes. No. Okay. Nope. And that's skill pages. Okay, so maybe I do have to summon him. Maybe I do have to summon him. All right. Well. Yeah. Okay, good thing they gave me plenty of tickets. Imagine it takes me all the tickets to finally get him. That would be a bit rough, but hey, good last summon video, just to showcase the shaft. It's really not a shaft. Well, actually, it kind of is, because it is a shaft because we're rating up his probability. So that if we don't get him relatively quickly, that definitely showcases the rates for this game, unfortunately, in a bad way. All right, game, come on. We got 6 more summons till guaranteed, right? And better not give us Julius on the guaranteed, I swear. Or it's gonna give us a skill page or something, but yeah, we'll see. Come on, game. Final summon video, give it to us before pity. That would be, you know, lit. Didn't open his eyes, man. That was one of the most frustrating things during summoning in this game, just him not opening his eyes, man. You get the gold door, you get the fancy dress, and then he's just like, nope, I'm tired, fam, I don't want it today. And it just makes you want to go slap the guy. Wizard Grandpa, love him, but you hate him. See, good animations right there, and then he does open his eyes right there. That's the best feeling in the world. Is an SSR incoming. Let's hope it's Kaiser? It was not. It was Lumiere. Lumiere would have been a lit pull. Oh, man. I wish they had just made it past the time skip, honestly. If we could have made it past the time skip. Actually, if we could have even made it to the palace, like, that would have been so cool. To see some of the... We're missing out on literally so many units, right? Like, I wish they would have... I really wish... They, like, I know they're probably hemorrhaging money at this point, which is why they decided to close the game down, right? But I really wish they would have stuck it out until the anime returned. Because they had to know, right, that the anime was returning, and they still chose to close it down. But had the anime returned, had they just, you know, put their heads down, got on the grind a little bit, you know, accept the hemorrhaging of money there for that little bit of time, to consider the fact that when the anime returns, like, you're gonna get a new influx of players, you're gonna get a ton of old returning players, and that's when you drop all your content. Like, you could at least make the game a little bit of a cash cow for a while. Not even life support. Like, I'm not talking about life support. Like, it will bring in enough money to cover for the deficit, and then some, right? So, I mean, I think it would have been worth it to stick around until the anime returned, but I don't know. I'm sure they have their own numbers that they crunch and their own reasoning for why they do things. So they probably know better. But I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see the time skip. A lot of hype characters that were missed out on, right?
Dear me. Sorry to intrude.
Finally, we got him. Well, off of pity, to be fair. But we did get him. We did get him. All right, let's go. Kaiser achieved. And we got a skill page as well, but not his skill page. So now I know I'm missing his skill page. I'm probably missing quite a few skill pages. Let's take a look at the glossary. That will be 100% mage achievable here at the end of the game, which I'm happy with. Did I ever complete the citizen request? I accidentally clicked that. I never did. See, these rewards absolutely suck though. Like, if they had made these longer quests with more purpose, like, these would have been a great form of PvE content for people. But I feel like in a lot of games, like quests like that, just end up not working out. They end up not being that great. But there we go. 100% mages. Love to see it. 100% bond mages, 94% illustrations, 90% on skill pages is not bad. The gear is only 64%, but we're not going to talk about that. But very happy to have that collection complete here at the end of the game. I can say I completed the game, right, to a degree, going out on a high note. Have all the characters. We'll take a look really quickly at the character box, and then we'll call it good for the final video of Black Clover Mobile. So my highest character was Noelle. I haven't really done anything to the game. I'm sure I could have like re-rolled gear and stuff like that once they gave us the free re-roll stones and stuff like that to get her much higher, but this is pretty much where she was at before they gave out everything for free. Most of my characters are that way with the exception of Princia.
Want me to take you on,
I really wanted to try out Princia. Princia was a fun character to try out. I did not actually record a showcase with her, but that's okay. I felt like, you know, not a lot of people would have watched the showcase, so I didn't I didn't bother with it. But most of these characters were all level 100, except for these ones you're about to see at the bottom. The ones that are at the very bottom here are just characters that they gave us essentially for free, and I didn't work on and didn't care to work on. So yeah, it's the end of an era, guys. We move on to the next game, hopefully better games. Hopefully the anime, when it returns, is fire. I actually love Black Clover as an IP. Maybe we'll see other games in the future, and I would love to just know your guys' thoughts on everything down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you originally found the channel through Black Clover Mobile, thank you for sticking around. Maybe you're watching the other content. And yeah, a little choked up. Thank you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.